and welcome to the adventures of the vlog in the nighttime. See what I did there? It's funny. It was a joke. That was a joke. I'm sorry, it won't happen again. Today we are going to talk about writing magic into your book's world. Ooh, magic. Magic. Everybody loves a little magic, especially if you're writing a fantasy book. Whether it takes place in modern times or back in fantasy times with dragons and unicorns, you might be considering putting magic into your book. And the list that you're about to hear are all of the things that I take into consideration before writing magic into my book. As always, remember that I am not the be-all and end-all of writing advice, so if you come up with a way to do something that works better for you, you just keep right on doing it. So you've decided to put magic into your book. Let's ask yourself a very important series of questions. Remember, not all of these questions need to be 100% answered in your story, but you should definitely know the answer to all of these questions. You're going to have a full, well-rounded, magical world. Question number 1. Where did the magic come from? Gods? Trees? People? Outer space? There's a cat hair on my lips. It's driving me crazy. The next question is magic everywhere or only in certain places / people? Who can wield it and why? How does the magic manifest? Is it nature magic with fire, water, wind, etc.? Could it be used for controlling people or levitating things or creating illusions? What happens when people use magic? Are different people using magic able to get different results? Like, if person A uses it, do they get fire? And if person B uses it, do they levitate a chair? How do the people who are able to use magic use magic? Do they use naming, potions and reagents, special words, hand gestures, paintings on walls? Do they need to use special items like wands or staves or crystals? How rare are people with magical powers in your world? Are they all over the place or are they a special snowflake? How do those magical talents manifest themselves in the people? Are they born with it, obviously, or do they manifest it later when they're older? That one's a lot more common. Getting a little cliched, you might want to lean away from that one. How are people with magic thought of and treated in your world? Are they accepted and well-liked, or do people fear them, or are they suspicious of them? And of course, how do people with magic treat non-magical people, if they exist? Perhaps your world only has people who can use magic. How does the magic affect the religion in your world? Pro tip, if magic is really common in your world and lots of people use it, the religion of your world is probably pretty accepting of magic and probably has magic interwoven into their belief system somehow. If I were you, I would avoid the cliche of having the church and magic separated and having animosity towards one another, when in a world where there is a lot of magic around, they would probably go hand in hand. However, if magic is really rare, then maybe it could get a little bit more conflicting with the church, or whatever kind of religions there are in your world. Does use of magic in your world have any drawbacks? Pro tip, it should. Does the magic drain the person who's using it? Does using magic here cause something bad to happen over here? Are certain types of magic more dangerous than other types towards the user or those around the user? And of course, the social stigma of being a magic user. Is there one in this world? What are the drawbacks to using magic? What are its weaknesses? Which also lends into, does the magic have any limitations? Again, it probably should. And what are those limitations? It could be something as simple as magic can't bring people back from the dead or make people fall in love. Or it could be way more complicated. Maybe if you heal someone with magic, something about that person changes. Maybe initially just a little, but more and more the more they're healed. Or if you use magic to make a field grow, that means that something else has to go wrong. Actually, right now in my story Boots, a Puss in Boots retelling, the magic has sort of a system where if you do too much good magic, something bad has to happen. And finally, try to think of new and interesting magic systems. I know it's fun to have a world where all these people could just walk around and flick their wand and get the world to do whatever they needed to, but coming up with new and interesting magic systems that you weave into your world is just much more engaging for your reader to read. Remember to bring your magic system into your world naturally. Don't just tell the reader everything about it. Don't info dump on them. Allow them to come into your world and check it out in a more natural way. Find out all of these things about magic because trust me, they're interested to find them out, but without finding them out all at once in a textbook fashion. And of course, remember that magic is part of your larger world and only one part. So of course, make sure that your world is well-rounded and fleshed out. Actually, a YouTuber that I enjoy watching recently did a video about world building, so if you're interested, I'll try to remember to link you in the doobly-doo. Future me, do your thing. And if you're interested in a really cool and original magic system, I definitely recommend that you check out any of Tamara Pierce's books. Her magic system is one of the most original I've ever seen, and I love it. And as always, remember, if you genuinely enjoyed what you saw here today, tell your friends wherever friends are told. Happy writing, everyone, and I will see you next time for whatever that video may be. Bye!